Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Monday, the 8th of September 2025. It is 12:03 p.m. and I have just started our 12 o'clock class recording for the Monday and Wednesday group. Let me share the screen. As it is Monday, we are going to go over the update very quick because last week was speaking week class. We basically practiced our speaking skills. We emphasized the importance of going over the specific vocabulary list, and we mocked job interviews that are supposed to be improved for the next round when the day comes. All right, so basically, that's what we did last week. We have just crossed the half course line and we have started week 7 that will be short but intense. Short because there's a holiday on September 11th. So my work calendar says I am not supposed to work. And we are going to have classes today and tomorrow and no classes on Wednesday and Thursdays. And Thursday when we are supposed to do asynchronous work. Remember, students, that asynchronous work doesn't mean we are not supposed to work. It just mean it just means that we have to work at the time it is better for us. In my case, I will be correcting everything that you will be writing on that asynchronous work moments. All right? So today we are gonna start the essays, explanations. We are gonna do three exercises in class. Some of them are going to be homework to be corrected from Wednesday on, because when we do asynchronous work, I normally enter the document in the beginning of every class. So at 10 o'clock, I'm going to pay something. At 12 o'clock, I'm going to pay something, and so on, so that we are indeed working asynchronously. For today and tomorrow, the classes are the same. We are going to work on the essay introductions, and I have created this document here where we can find tips about what we have to do. So everybody, please can click. If you're watching, you can go to the outline, look for the week 7 plan, click on the document here. That's going to bring you here. All right. So here we have a simple exercise to order the paragraphs. I would like everybody to click there.
Okay. Mm,
And we should read this in 2-3 minutes and organize it in 2 more minutes. So it comes to 5 minutes. All right,
okay.
let's work individually. Too much time? Are you finished, boys?
Close.
Close? All right.
Yes.
So that's fine. No, 5 minutes is fine. All right. Don't check it. If you checked, don't
No,
say
I
anything.
didn't.
You didn't. All right. So let's do it together here. This text is good to practice our T's and THs. So as we are four, we are gonna read and practice. All right. Remember, people, we don't need to read fast. We need
Okay.
to read well. Alex, can you tell us the introduction?
I put, how does not brushing your teeth cause bad breath? Rotting food and teeth don't smell very good. Some bacteria smell bad too. Bacteria can also cause infections that have a bad odor.
Okay,
Odor.
just a moment. Sorry, that's not correct. I think that we should first organize the text and then we read together. We read.
Okay.
All right. So unfortunately, blue is not the introduction. Antonio, did you do something different?
No, let me check. Ah, yes, I did. I put other.
What color is the introduction?
Purple.
That's correct. Okay.
Okay.
Jesus, what's the first body paragraph?
Uh, I placed in the second one the pink one.
And that's correct. Alex, what is
Yeah.
the third paragraph for you?
Now I have probably everything wrong. So, um, I think the yellow one.
You were not correct. It is
Yeah.
the
Yes.
blue one. And then goes Antonio again.
I put the yellow.
That's correct. And as a consequence,
The
this
pink, yeah.
is the conclusion. Let's check just in case. And we are right. Okay, now we are going to practice our reading. I will do the first one. Brushing your teeth every day is very important. Keeping your teeth clean prevents your teeth from rotting. Brushing stops bad breath. Clean teeth make your smile look great. Alex, you go.
Okay. If you don't brush your teeth daily, pieces of food stick to your teeth and stay there. The old food grows bacteria that eat into your teeth. This can cause your teeth rot and die. Rotting teeth can be very painful.
Good. Only one correction, bacteria.
Bacteria.
Antonio goes, please.
How does not brushing your teeth cause bad breath? Rotten food and teeth don't smell very good. Some bacteria smell bad too. Bacteria can also cause infections that have bad odor.
Good. Jesus, you go.
Okay. People who don't brush their teeth don't have the best looking smiles. Their teeth may be yellow or gray. They may have missing teeth. Some may want to always keep their mouth closed so no one can see their teeth.
And Alex goes.
Okay. Uh, um, Everyone should brush their teeth every day. If a person stops brushing his teeth may rot, his breath may smell bad, and he probably won't have a pretty smile. To have a healthy, happy mouth, you must take care of your teeth.
Okay. Just this word again for me, please. His.
Uh, what? What word?
This one.
His breath.
Breath.
Breath. Okay.
Breathe. Breathe. Breath. What
Okay.
goes in is breathe. What goes out is breath.
Okay, okay.
Aliento. All right. Good job, boys. So, intro, body, conclusion. I used this text precisely because they don't have markers. There are no introductory, conclusional, transitional markers. See how important it is? Additionally, a part of that to conclude, to begin with, whatever. It makes much clearer, right? So let's get into something closer to what we are looking for. In this exercise here, you have to order the paragraphs, and then you need to choose the correct words from the two options in bold. And in here, you will need the 5 minutes probably. Okay?
Okay.
So
Okay.
let me give you the 5 minutes. And in this case, I am going to share only the timer. You can start now. Finished, boys?
Yes.
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 Okay. So let's uh just a moment. Okay, I will just play the correction because it's gonna be quicker. All right. The order of the paragraphs. 4, 3, 1, 5, 2. Do you have it right?
Yes.
Mm,
Some students sometimes they get confused with the introduction. Some say one for this, but it's actually this because this is more
yes, I
general.
did that.
Okay, so
Same.
it is a good introduction. There is no doubt that, but there's a trap here because this is a bit more general, and here they are already starting a kind of explanation.
Okay.
One very important aspect of the introductions is that they don't, let's emphasize it, they don't explain anything. They state, they throw things, so that you can get curious and go for the explanation of each thing mentioned in that will be explained in the body paragraphs. So the main objective of an introduction is to raise curiosity. Okay, so that's the correct order. 4, 3, 1, 5, 2. Now the words. Alex, you boys can start reading from 1 to 5, saying the correct option. All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
All right, you go, Alex. Number 1 for you.
I put there have been many recent reports about cosmetic surgery operations that have gone wrong. When I hear about this, I wonder why so many people choose to have these operations.
Thank you, Antonio. Number 2 for you.
There is no doubt that same cosmetic operations are necessary for medical or psychological reasons. for example, for patients who have been involved in serious accidents. However, it is clear from the numbers of operations conducted every year that most patients are not in this category.
Thank you. Just let's pause here because we have the explanation in separate here. So the students watching, I will read after each paragraph so that if they have a question or doubt, the explanation is given during the class. However, the explanations are not going to be pasted in the document you are using because Monday and Tuesday classes are the same. If I paste them here, tomorrow everybody will have the answers in the exercises, all right? So I will just read quickly. Number 1, the subject, many reports, is not in the standard position at this sentence. As this regards a non-human subject, it requires the proper conjugation of the verb there to be. That can be present, past, perfect, and past perfect. There is or there are, there was or there were, there has been, there have been, or there had been. Why are we saying this? Depending on what you are writing about, you have to be careful with the timeline. Let's imagine you are talking about the beginning of artificial intelligence, for example. So nowadays, there are lots of debates going on the artificial intelligence. But if we are talking about antibiotics, whatever, vaccines, because there are already, nowadays there are families that don't want to get their kids vaccinated. So we can say that there had been lots and lots of research for about the benefits of vaccination in the past. And that nowadays there are some debates about using them or not. Well, it's important to have the timeline clear on our minds. For paragraph 2, no doubt requires there to be, similar to paragraph 1. And we have the different uses for however and but broken down here. I am not going to read, but the summary is that however is followed by a comma, no exception, because it's an adverbial, and but can be preceded by a comma. That's what happens in our paragraph 2. However is the correct one because we have a comma here. All right? So I think now it is Jesus.
Yes.
Paragraph 3.
It seems that the majority of operations are on people who are simply unhappy with the way they look. They believe that ordering their physical appearance will increase their confidence or make them more attractive to other people. They hope surgery will make it easier for them to make friends or to get a good job. A
Good.
good job.
Thank you. And explanation 3 is easy. The relative pronoun that corresponds to people is who, not which. Back to Alex, paragraph 4.
Okay. It is clear that for some of these people, such experiments with appearance are successful, but things can go seriously wrong. Unfortunately, this can cause great unhappiness and can even ruin people's
Thank you. People's lives.
lives.
Again,
Okay.
but however are similar in meaning, but different in usage. So we have here a semicolon. It could be, however, if there was a comma here. There is not a comma here, so I'm going to use but. Finally, paragraph 5 for Antonio.
To conclude, I would suggest that everyone considering cosmetic surgery should first receive honest medical advice and be worried about the risk involved.
Thank you. The correct preposition for a bare infinitive is to. If I wanted to use in, it would be possible, but I would need a noun in conclusion. So all the explanations are in here and will be pasted to this document tomorrow after the last class. Back to this document. Okay. Questions? So far, so good, right?
Not for now.
Okay. So let's go to exercise number 3. Read paragraphs 1 to 4, which are taken from a simple answer to the question, is it better to work for yourself or for an employer? Choose the correct topic sentence A to F to complete each paragraph. You do not need to use 2 of the sentences. You have 2 extra. Just let me change this. Don't like this.
I have 2 extra what? Ah, okay.
Yeah, the prompt, the exercise doesn't explain it well. You have 2 extra sentences. That's better, right? So you have to choose one of these to complete the 4 paragraphs here.
Okay.
I'll give you. This is tricky, eh? I'll give you 5 minutes. If you finish before, I ask for your patience because the students watching, if they are B1 levels, if they are B1 level students, they might really need the 5 minutes. So at this occasion, I would ask you to give them the time they might need. Let's go here. Finished, boys?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
let's go there. One sec. Where do I have it? Working in 3 different documents is sometimes hard. I
Yes.
would just ask you the order, okay? We are here. Okay. Now I can share. Okay, what order do you have? Alex.
The first one.
I mean, all 1 to 4. What order do you have? Just tell me the letters.
What? I have to order two between
I mean, what?
mm,
So
just letters.
one letter.
I put B in this one.
Okay. 2,
I put D,
3,
C,
and
and
4.
A.
Okay. Let's go with Antonio. Just a second, Antonio. Let me give you another color.
Okay.
You tell me.
1B, 2F, 3A, 4D.
And D. And now let's go with Jesus. Jesus will be
The same. 1B, 2F,
sorry, 1B, 2F, 3
A. It's the same.
A, and
And D.
the same. All
Yes.
right. And Antonio and Jesus are correct. Okay. This exercise is a bit tricky. So, why not? There's a however here somewhere. Yes. So in here, Alex,
Yes.
this is contradicting what was said before. So, however, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And in here you wrote C. For many people, being self-employed would be too risky. If you work for an employer, you may lose your job. Okay, so if you start the sentence, I know. Being self-employed would be too risky. This may mean they are, sorry, if you work for an employer, you may lose your job. So what you should have mentioned here is working for someone else, not being self-employed.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so the correct answers are B, F, A, D. And I will take it away because they will be pasted here tomorrow after the last class. All of these, we are working on the structure and organization of the text. Progressively, from the first exercise to this, you can see the importance of the transitional words, expressions, etc. That's all for now, for exercises, because now we are going to watch a video focused on the TOEIC format. And before that, I need to say something that it is very important. I was going to forget. In this text, when you mount it everything together, including this, you come up with this. Where is it, Lucy? Did you do it? Yes. So this is the final result. When you join the sentences, blah, blah, blah. My way of writing essays is like this. I forgot to give a space here. This way I have a clear structure and organization picture, okay? I can clearly see where the text and the intro and etc. start and finish. This is one thing. Second, it's, in my opinion, smoother to decide instead of having everything together like this. Again, this is personal opinion. Other students do this. Okay? Which in my opinion is better than everything together, beginning right there. We have to have clear where the paragraphs start and finish. So let me do like this. This is my style. Again, everyone will do what they want. These are just advice. Then I would like you to read, no, I will read this conclusion for you. To sum up, my opinion is that there is no clear answer to this question. There are advantages and disadvantages of working for an employer and working for yourself. If my question was, is it better to work for yourself or for an employer? Answered in this conclusion, Antonio.
Yes,
Yes. What's the answer?
that is not clear.
But my question is not if it is clear or not. My question is it better or not?
Yes, but after all they say, the person who did it have no a clear answer, so can't answer if it's better or not.
Okay, that's my point. This is a completely prohibited conclusion for TOEIC. We cannot say that we don't have an opinion. We cannot say that we don't have it clear. Okay, this is the main difference on the TOEIC format. You must take a side. If you don't, you are going to pretend. And the option is to go for the easier option. Imagine, nowadays it's easier to go in favor of artificial intelligences than against, like it is my case. It is really hard for me to argument, especially with artificial intelligence students, right? So the easier thing for me would be agreeing to the topic, even though I don't. So if this happens to you, have very clear that we don't want these kind of conclusions for TOEIC, okay? When we say this, we are just saying that we don't have argumentation power. That's what you say here. I don't know. I don't know how to argument. I don't have enough vocabulary to argument. So I decide to say that there's no clear answer. To
Está acordando un poco, ¿no?
Sí.
this is say that again.
Your camera is going crazy, and we
My
didn't
camera.
understand
And the
anything.
audio.
Yes.
too. No, it's now okay.
Now it's
But
okay.
Now it's okay. All
I
right.
think so.
So I was saying that this is this is I could say that this is a typical adolescent essay where they are not sure of how to express things. And it is a typical essay for someone who doesn't want to hurt feelings. But this is something very different from Latin speakers and Anglo-Saxonic speakers. Anglo-Saxonic people are thought to be colder, right? We are warmer, we are closer, we are caring, we are affectionate, cariñosos. So in the sense, we try to respect others a little bit more. But having an opinion has nothing to do with being disrespectful. It is just your opinion. In every single TOEIC topic, you are going to find this. Just a sec. This is the common. This This is spring. This is the introduction, and I closed your document. Your course document, sorry. Here. I didn't paste it here, sorry. I'll get one random from the internet. TOEIC essay. Stupid Lucy. So the typical topics on TOEIC are the ones that we already know, but the typical prompt is like this. Which do you prefer? Which do you prefer? It doesn't matter if you worry about what Mary and Joseph think. What do you prefer? Which? And they say, which? What is the concept of which? Which color do you prefer, Antonio, red or blue?
Red.
Okay. Which is your favorite food? Jesus, pizza or sushi?
Sushi.
Okay. Alex, which activity do you prefer, swimming or diving?
Or what?
Which activity do you prefer, swimming or diving?
Swimming. I prefer
Swimming. Okay. Do you doubt in any moment? No, you don't, because you have two options. That's the same for the essay. Which do you prefer? So in here, where is it, Lucy? Oh my goodness, I'm going nuts, eh? In here, is it better to work for yourself or for your employer? Which one is better? That's why for TOEIC, this conclusion would be terrible, because the prompts tell you which. What do you think are the most important? What do you think? In here, there's another one added issue. In the TOEIC prompts, they tell you, why do you think sports are important to people? Let's imagine you are a very sedentary person, you are a couch potato, and you love spending the whole weekend on the couch watching Netflix series. Obviously, you don't think sports are important to people, otherwise you would be doing something else. If you were a couch potato, you need to pretend you are not, because they are not asking if you think they are important. They are asking why the sports are important to people. So you are going to take this as true for you. One more. What are the advantages or disadvantages of living in your work? Okay, Lucy, they are asking both things, yes. But then they say, give specific reasons and examples to support your opinion. What's your opinion? What's better? And so on. If you analyze the 25 prompts in your book, you're going to find always the same thing. So, again, I'm just trying to re-emphasize how important is not to commit this kind of mistake in your talk essay. Okay? And don't worry, that doesn't mean you don't respect others' opinion. You do. It's just that this is an academical writing where you need to be really emphatic. Okay? Questions, boys?
No.
All right. So for now, this is all we are going to do to practice is a format and structure in class. The explanations and the answers will be posted tomorrow after the last class. As you know, we don't have classes on Wednesday and Thursday. We are going to do asynchronous work. And tomorrow evening, you're going to have all the answers here. So the people watching should have done the exercise while you were doing and then check the answers afterwards. The homework for all groups, and I truly advise you to do those exercises so that you're going to understand better the format, is 1, 2, 3, and 4 exercises. This shouldn't take you more than 20 minutes at most. Okay? And again, the answers will be provided here later, not tomorrow, but on Wednesday at 10 o'clock when the asynchronous work will begin. Because when you start working asynchronously in the introductions, you should have done, corrected, and understood everything that we worked on those exercises. Even though we are going to be working asynchronously, I will be aware of this chat here. Okay? So if you are working and you have any questions, just write to me here because I will be in case of you.
Okay,
Because again, we are going to be working asynchronously. That doesn't mean you need to escape. So
but
I
this
am
is
going
gonna
to be
be
correcting.
every Wednesday?
We don't have class Wednesday. You are going to work
Okay,
on the activities that I will paste to the document there in this document here. Look at how
okay,
many practices we have here. Bam, bam,
okay.
bam. So on Wednesday morning, I will paste 10 different intro, sorry, 10 different essay
Practice
prompts.
this. Okay,
Okay. And everybody's supposed to set the 6 minutes timers for
in
each
each.
one of them.
Okay,
Okay.
and this is we're going to show this on the next Monday, or we paste it there,
Say
or
that again,
what?
Alex.
I mean, when we do these things, we have to paste the answers on some part, or we show you on Monday.
You should keep all the practices that you do on your document
Yes.
and share the document with me because this is what we are going to do asynchronously.
Ah,
You
okay.
write 5, 6, 10, whatever you want. And as soon as you finish your individual asynchronous work, you are going to share your document with me on my Gmail and I will correct for you. You are working and I am correcting. So if you were the 12 o'clock group, I will probably correct group and so on until
Okay.
we come back on Monday. And in theory, I should have everything corrected. Right now, I have only this.
Okay.
Yeah?
Perfect.
Okay. More questions?
No.
No.
So
No.
let's keep going. So everybody knows that all of this here is homework. On Wednesday, you'll have the answers. And we can start with the essay explanations. It is 1 o'clock. Okay, good timing. I'm trying my best, because I know it's an intense class. Remember that I told you it is gonna be there will be 2 intense weeks, but they will be worth it. Um, there's a video here that explains how TOEIC wants you to think of the essay. All right, so let's watch it. Share sound.
In this video, we're going to have a look at how to write the opinion essay, the final part of the TOEIC writing test. So in this video, we're going to go through the entire process of writing a TOEIC opinion essay. First, we're going to carefully read the task, go through the analysis and the planning process, then we'll look at a sample. And this will give you some ideas of how you can get a good score on test day. But before we get started, just a quick reminder that for the opinion essay, you need to write an essay with a minimum of 300 words, and you'll have 30 minutes to do this. That's 30 minutes total, meaning you will have 30 minutes to plan, write, and check your essay. Let's start by looking at today's essay question. So here we can see the instructions. You'll see these on test day, but it's always a good idea to read them carefully. The question is asking you to state, explain, and support your opinion on an issue, and to do so with 300 words. You'll be graded on whether or not your opinion is supported with reasons and or examples.
I will pause here. Remember that I told you that you cannot stay on the wall? Yes or no? Agree or disagree? That's the first important part of the assessment. Is the opinion supported with reasons and or examples? The opinion, right?
Your opinion is supported with reasons and or examples. Your grammar, vocabulary, and organization. Now, keep in mind, this doesn't just mean that you've written correct grammar and vocabulary. You want to make sure that you've effectively addressed the question and effectively supported your position with real reasons. Let's have a look at the essay prompt. Looking at the prompt, we see that first there is a context. Younger workers often look to older workers for advice, as they have valuable wisdom and work experience to share. Yet the value of young workers' knowledge is often overlooked. So here, they're stating that we usually don't value younger workers' knowledge in the workplace. Keep in mind that you can't really question this. You must accept it as true, even if you disagree with the premise. Back to the prompt. Do you think there is nothing that young workers can teach older workers? Give reasons or examples to support your opinion. Okay, so the question is, do you think there is nothing that young workers can teach older workers? Yes or no? Can the younger ones teach the older ones? That is the question you must answer. So on test day, the first thing you'll want to do is brainstorm and make notes. Now, you only have 30 minutes total for this, so you'll have to be economical with your time. So first, it's best to take 3 minutes to brainstorm and make a plan. Let's start with brainstorming. Feel free to pause the video here and make some notes. When you're done, I'll show you my notes. Go ahead.
Go ahead and brainstorm.
But we make notes, or
You can take notes, yes? I'm counting on the well, because you cannot see my bar, but when I see you on my bar, I have the clock over there, so I can see the minutes. Maybe I should give you the timer here, right? As we always do. Let's say 2 minutes. So, what's the question? The question is, where is the prompt? What is the prompt? Here. Do you think there is nothing that young workers can teach older workers? Give reasons or examples to support your opinion. You have 2 minutes.
Y Paloma said. Sí, he preguntado y me han contestado que actualmente no hay ningún curso con estas características. From Eat Paloma. Perdona, que hoy es festivo en la localidad y estoy fuera. Voy algo retrasada con los mensajes.
Okay, boys, I would like you to. Jesús. This one, right, Jesus?
Yes.
Antonio. This one.
Yes.
And Alex. This one.
Yes.
I would like you to paste your brainstormings in here. Let's say this, and this. So I understand that Jesus' answer is no. Is your answer to the question no? They cannot teach anything?
No, older workers can teach to younger workers. Yeah.
Okay. But you were saying that the older are more experienced.
Yeah.
You were saying that may know
But
how to do
that,
something, but not the most efficient way.
yeah.
They may be nervous
No,
and
but
they may
the
not know
younger.
how to do something,
No, but the younger.
right?
Yeah.
So if you were stating negative aspects of the young workers,
Yes.
it seems that initially you were saying that they cannot teach anything to the older.
To the old.
Then if you use this argumentation, your essay would be inconcise.
No, I misunderstood the the thing. I thought it was the older teaching the youngest.
Okay, all right. Then if you did that, you would fall into the rejection of the topic. Do you know what happens when you reject the
Yes.
topic?
I guess. I guess I know what this means.
So yes, depending on the exam, according to the rules, if you reject the topic, you may get a 0. As soon as they read the introduction and they say, what is he talking about? I didn't ask anything about it. Next. That doesn't mean your writing could not be excellent. It could, but you rejected the topic.
Yes.
Okay? All right. They can teach things to older workers. That's a definite yes. They can teach new trends, the use of technology, and they could teach different ways to relate in the workplace. And Alex, you didn't write anything, you just thought?
Alex leave.
Alex is gone. Alex is gone. I've just realized. Okay. Then good. In this case here, unfortunately, Jesus would have rejected the topic. And in the case of Antonio, he has 1, 2, 3 arguments or reasons or examples to talk about in the essay. And he has a clear yes. All right. Let's see the end of the video and let's see how the teacher manages his brainstorming so that you can do the same. And we would be here, more or less here.
What comes to mind? Great. Let's have a look at my notes. So you can see here, I've got a clear position. Young workers can indeed teach older workers many things. Then I've got 2 points. The first is technology. Young people often have to help older people with new tech. And second, younger people often help older people understand what's going on in social movements and cultural changes. Great. So remember, it's your ideas. Now, at my job, to be honest, sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes the older workers are more knowledgeable than the younger ones about technology. But as long as you support your ideas with clear examples, it will be fine. Your work might be very different from mine. Moving on. On test day, you will want to write with a clear structure. That structure will look something like this. You'll have 4 paragraphs, an introduction where you'll state your position, yes or no, 2 body paragraphs where you'll support and extend your positions, and then a conclusion where you'll wrap up your essay. So let's make a plan. I recommend taking 2 minutes to write your plan, but take longer if you need to. You have quite a lot of time to write the essay, so the longer you take to brainstorm and make a plan, the easier it will be to write. Okay, so on test day, we recommend you take no more than 3 minutes to brainstorm and plan your essay. If you're confident with your writing, however, take more. But don't feel pressure to start writing immediately. It's best to have ideas first. If you have ideas, you'll be able to write much faster. Trust me, I've spent years watching students, and they often start writing quickly, and then after 5 minutes, they stop writing because they struggle to think of ideas. Remember, ideas first, then write. 2 quick reminders. First, write with the criteria in mind. This can be a lot to remember. My advice is this: focus on the clarity of your argument, develop and support your position, answer all parts of the question, and present a consistent position and extend your ideas. Then remember to use a proper, clear structure. Use paragraphs, an introduction, 2 or more body paragraphs, and a conclusion. That's going to
In this point, it is the only part of the video that I kinda disagree with him. If you write 2 paragraphs, your paragraphs will be massive and you may fall into repetition. So, the way I write my TOEIC essays is using 3 key points, 3 reasons, 3 examples, 3 argumentative statements, so that you have smoother and shorter paragraphs that can be intense in meaning, and you are not going to fall into repetition. Okay? You will see as his essay provides 2 giant paragraphs, but this is personal. I'm just saying that it's not wrong to do 2, but that I personally advise 3 because 1, you can show more vocabulary. 2, you can show different grammar structures. And 3, you are not going to fall into repetition.
cover most of the important points of the essay. And remember, the more you focus on extending and developing your ideas, the easier it will be to use complex grammar and more advanced vocabulary. Some of these words might help you to remember how to write advanced grammar. Words like if, even though, while, and because are important if you're aiming for a high score, and they are a great place to start. But keep in mind that we use these words to express complex ideas. So if you haven't brainstormed and developed your ideas yet, it's going to be harder to use these. And make sure you get lots of practice. Also, be sure on test day to leave 2 minutes to check your essay for spelling, grammar, or punctuation errors. Catching a few errors could have an impact on your score. Now, I'm going to go through a sample essay, but feel free to pause the video and write your own essay. Otherwise, here we go. Here's my intro. Now, one of the key elements of a good TOEIC score is having a clear argument. This is accomplished here with the last sentence of my introduction. There are many areas in which young workers have knowledge that they can share with older generations. So I disagree with the idea that there is nothing that younger people can bring to the table. Next, my body paragraphs will support this argument. Let's look at the body paragraphs one at a time. Start with the first sentence of each paragraph, or the topic sentence. Each of them states a clear point that supports the argument. In the first paragraph, perhaps the most obvious area in which young workers have something to offer is in the field of technology. So, young people help with technology. Then the rest of the paragraph uses a range of sentence structures and vocabulary to support this idea, and it's all accurate. In the second paragraph, it says, the other area in which young workers can educate older generations, although they may not always be receptive, is in matters of social movements and cultural shifts. So, young people can help older people better understand modern culture. And once again, a range of grammar and vocabulary has been used, and it's all correct. Now, of course, you may be worried about grammar and vocabulary, but don't be. The most important thing to do is practice. Work on reducing the errors that you make, and you'll get the best possible result you can. Remember, you can make grammar mistakes in this test and still get a good score, but you must keep that number down. Finally, I have my conclusion. A brief review of what I said. Even though at the beginning to show that, yes, the older generations will continue to give us useful advice and guidance, but this by no means means that young people have nothing to share. And that's it. You must have a clear position that is well organized and has a range of sentence structures and vocabulary that are as accurate as you can make them. Good luck. Even
Okay.
though at the
Let's remember something that I said before and I emphasized. It is important to have a definite opinion, and you can use even though if you want to mention, okay, that well, what we said before, we want to be respectful, etc., blah blah. So you can use even though, but you have to be careful so that you definitely say what you think. He says clearly, even though the older generations will always be looked to for guidance, knowledge, and support, it is misguided to say that young workers have nothing to offer in return. On technical and social matters, young people have much to share. And I will make sure that we see the difference in science. Look at the body paragraph. The other, the intro. What is the intro? And the conclusion. So he has two giant, massive paragraphs. All right? Questions, boys?
No.
No.
Okay.
Well,
It
I
is
have one.
okay.
So you recommend us to maybe brainstorm 3 statements, 1 paragraph each statement.
I recommend it. Yes.
I think it's
That's how
better that way too.
I write it, because the text is smoother visually and also to read. So if you have a giant paragraph about one key point, he says it's easy to use more complex structure when you are adding explanations, but maybe you don't need to add 3 or 4 explanations about the same key point, because we may fall into repetition.
Okay.
As I am a very talkative, I am publicly a very talkative person, so I try not to fall into repetition. So I prefer talking about 3 different things, because then I am definitely sure that I am not going to fall into repetition. And nothing can prevent me of using complex structures just because the paragraphs are shorter. I personally don't think it is related. You just need to have the structures ready. So I need an inversion, I need a double comparison, I need at least one if clause per paragraph, etc. And this comes with practice, as he says. We are not going to train for TOEIC if we write 1 or 2 essays. We are going to train for TOEIC if you write at least 10 essays. As everything that we do, and that's why we work in collaboration, so that we can get more material. All right?
All right.
Okay.
Then, Lucy, you make it seem really easy, right? So we have 10 minutes only. Normally, we need 3 minutes to brainstorm, outline, and plan. And we should be able to write that introduction in 3 minutes more, which gives us 6 minutes. I will paste here one for each of you, so that you can start practicing. So let's first 6 minutes timer. And I would like both of you to look for controversial topics, essays, prompts, to paste one for me. So while you do yours, I will do mine in those 6 minutes that we have.
To look
Okay?
for a prompt.
Yeah. So you can Google controversial essay topics, and you can place it for me. And you can place it for me here. Oh my God. Okay. And while you are doing that, I will do here, because I have prepared already a lot of prompts for you guys. So I am going to share the timer. You can look for controversial topics for me. No, Lucy, that's not what you want to do. I want the timer only. Where is it? Here. So I will paste practice 1 for Jesus and practice 2 for Antonio.
But we have to do the practice or the search of the prompt.
You are searching the prompt for me. I will paste the prompt for you. And when I activate the timer, the 3 of us are going to write an introduction for that prompt.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have it for me?
Yes.
Did you paste it? Because I am not seeing.
No.
I am into the. I'm into the. Okay, go ahead and paste it for me. Take it back to.
In practice 1, Jesus.
Okay, this is for you.
This is the controversial. Okay.
Okay. So I will take it away from here, because I'm going to write here. Jesus is going to write about this.
Okay.
And Antonio is going to write, let me get another one, a different one. Here. Be careful with the prompts. Don't fall into the trap. Remember, you have to have a clear opinion, okay? And off we go. Dependent on computers. I finished 3 seconds before the time. Did you finish, boys?
Yes.
Yes.
It is more or less the time that we need. Okay, so this is mine. Many people have been using the internet and technological tools daily for a long time range that far exceeds what's recommended. Although they are trendy, they give a sense of commodity and provide the immediate reward most people are looking for. They also cause dependency. Unfortunately, many people easily become addicted to them more often than they may think. This is say we provide further details and explanations about how people are indeed excessively dependent on computers. So, not today, but we are gonna realize how we have here all the parts of a good introduction, not too long nor too short, 4.5 lines. We are recommended to write more or less 5 full lines for each of our 5 paragraphs. So I think it is good. And when I plan it, I can write just words like this. We don't need to write sentences for the brainstorming. Let's go with this. Okay. No, the best way wouldn't be that. Sedentary is that perfect brainstorming. Nowadays, there is a rising issue about there being more overweight people than in the past years. Maybe here we can have a dot. There are some studies that evidence this fact, comma, and many health related. What's missing here in health related?
Experts that are related to the health field.
Okay, no, that's correct. But what is missing here? Your hyphen.
Ah, okay.
Have related. Experts are thinking of making some changes on the scholar curricular to try avoiding this problem.
Yeah, I think I mean, I didn't think on writing that, but I think I should write in this essay. I will dive on why.
For example, and then you would
Okay.
have your thesis statement.
Yes, I can write it now.
Yes, please. Okay, thank you. Now compare this sentence to this sentence.
Okay. Yes.
What am I doing? I am impersonalizing the sentence, but not because it's not good you personalize it, just because academically speaking, you're going to say I, 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 and all over you say you're going to have probably 30 I's.
Okay.
From my experience, some days says I have been correcting. Okay?
Okay.
So you can take this into account. And then Antonio. These days, it is clear that the rise of obesity is being a problem, especially in young people. Some experts demand the introduction of more physical education in the school, but sometimes they forget about mental issues related with food. This is why we explore if this is the best solution and the ways to face the problem. This is say these days it is clear that the rise of obesity is being a problem, especially in young people. Okay. Some experts demand the introduction of more physical education in schools, but sometimes they forget mental issues related with food. So your opinion is not clear here. Do you
No,
think do
the thing
you
is that
think
this
it
is not
is
the solution.
so you think introducing more physical education doesn't solve the problem?
Yes.
Okay. So first the grammar. These days it is clear is a problem, especially in for young people. Some experts demand the introduction of more physical education in the school, but sometimes they forget about mental issues related to food. This is say we will explore the ways to face that problem. The this is say we will explore alternative ways to face that problem, which are more effective than which are more effective than exercising more at school hours, for example. So you tried to do a thesis statement and you did, but it was a bit, how can I say it? Unclear. Now we have clear that you offered alternative ways, but why do you offer alternative ways? Because they are better than the offered. If they are better than the offered, you clearly disagree with the prompt. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So I would like you to take these corrections into account. For the practices, you're going to find the document on Wednesday morning. And
Okay.
if you want to come to class tomorrow, please feel free to do it. And then on that Wednesday, you can do much more practices, and I'll keep correcting when you share your documents with me. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And when we work in collaboration, I don't know if you remember, but I will provide all recordings to all groups, because you can have the corrections and you can I think that you can take more profit of the explanations. All right?
All right.
All right.
Okay, boys. So please remember that for Wednesday morning, we need these exercises done as homework. Okay? Unit 6, 8, and 12 exercises in here. The answers will be pasted tomorrow evening.
Okay, yeah.
And no, this is, and what's gonna be pasted on Wednesday morning are the prompts. So this is not correct. This is tomorrow. Sorry. This is tomorrow. I'll just play this here. And where is it? Here. Tuesday evening. Okay? So before we start with the practices, I would like everybody to have done these exercises corrected. Remember, I will be connected to the document tomorrow, I mean Wednesday, during the classes. So if you have any questions, you can talk to me in here using the chat. And as soon as you finish those practices, please share the documents so that I can correct them until Monday.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, boys. So if you have no more questions, if you come tomorrow, see you tomorrow. If you don't, I'll see you only on next Monday.
Okay, see you
Okay.
Monday.
See you Monday.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Take care.